Okay, we're live. I don't have a song to intro this podcast. I probably should play Sam Cooke. I'm above by the river, but I'm not gonna do that. I've been reinvigorated. I'm not gonna lie to you, Parlay Pete. I was tired as fuck earlier today. My in-laws are in town, and I got this. You can call it a massage from my mother-in-law because I got some knots in my shoulder and back. And she was just taking her elbow and just shoving it into my knots in my back and shoulder. And it hurt like fuck. But I feel better now. Anyways, how have you been?
I'm doing fantastic. Isn't that what it's all about, though? Taking on that pain for the glory at the end of it. I feel like that's what you got. And then if we were going to open up with a song, we should have opened up with Sexy Red's Hellcat SRTs, because that is right now in my world the hottest record out. And Trav's got a great album out, but I wouldn't say great album. It's a really good album. I don't know about great. It's really good.
But there's not like a standout song that you just bump. You just listen to the album as an audio experience.
Nigga come pull up on me, drive the car fast, do the dash, it make my coochie leak. Real bad bitch, sitting pretty, 1,000 for the week. Fingernails exotic, got look cute.
I've got a few songs on Utopia that are they're standouts for me. Obviously, everybody was on the Drake verse, which I guess we can get to that in culture to even touch on that a little bit. But of course, Meltdown or whatever. I really like Thank God and Modern Jam. I love the Modern Jam. But
I don't think anything on that album except for the what's it called with the 21 song, the 21 joint.
Which one? You got two of them.
No, the two.
Utopia Twins.
Yeah, that one.
Where he said Amazon prime his ass. In 2 days, I bet his ass dropped. That one.
Yeah. That's like really maybe the Drake joint. There's not a lot of standalone songs from this album for me. Like, and I'm not breaking it down yet. It's just more of turn it on and let it create the vibe.
You can't tell what the hit single, the hit is.
No, it's not.
It's a good cohesive album, though.
No, yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah.
But let's talk. We got a lot of football to talk, guys. We took last week off because someone's not dedicated to the show and they care about their family and whatnot.
San Antonio, Texas, took me last week.
He was out there eating churros and chasing the big women.
That would be the Charles Barkley way of looking at it for sure. Underrated food scene. I'll say that much about San Antonio.
The pictures
for anyone that does find themselves there, nothing much else to do. Went and saw the Alamo. Riverwalk is a big deal there, which I guess is kind of cool to have a river in the middle of the city. But underrated food scene. Had some really solid eating experiences out there.
Did you have like some caribou or some shit? Elk?
It was
gazelle.
What was it? Hold on.
Some fucking deer type animal.
Yeah, it was antelope. I had antelope.
Antelope, there we go.
Yeah, what a unique thing to think that you'd probably never eat, and you had. It wasn't as gamey as people maybe would think it is. It did resemble more of a steak, but it had that veal type texture. So, I mean,
are you gonna copy a Hellcat or SRT before they stop selling them?
No. I've never had interest in those cars.
Me neither.
I had interest. That's why I have a Subaru. Stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I like other stuff. I don't know.
If I ever go fast car, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eventually get a Vet.
Certainly not a bad one to pick.
Then I had a daughter, so that kind of like put like a delay on the Vet for now.
Well, she's 6'7". She'll think Daddy's really cool dropping her off at school in it, though.
Yeah, I know.
Or picking her up on a Friday. specifically, because you're outside and like, everybody else is outside. All the kids that don't ride the bus, but that get picked up, and then you just hear these pipes and a nigga skirting off, and then it's like she gets in, and then like everybody's like, she's so cool. Like, she's badass as fuck. Like,
and I'm never gonna be the dad who dresses like a dad. Like I'm always gonna be I'm gonna have a style that is. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna be the fly dad, right? But I'm gonna dress the way I dress now for the most part.
Why is it that I could see that if you were, say you're off that Friday and you show up in a V-neck with some basketball shorts, and then you Josh Holsey it and throw some flip-flops on? Depending on what city you're in, of course. I don't know about
V-neck, but I often do go to
I can see the V-neck. I don't know why. I can see the V-neck in the chain. Like,
I go to the daycare now in usually some 6-inch shorts, some Birkenstocks, and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Or I throw on a golf polo, some khakis.
Oh, you look like you just left the range or the fucking course in the country club. I mean, yeah. That's the dad everybody really aspires to be. You need to look like you just got done golfing, because it's like, hold on, first of all, this motherfucker can afford to golf. Secondly, he does golf, and then thirdly, this motherfucker didn't work today. This nigga was at the golf course. Oh, I tell you what, he could have been working. It just was at the golf course that day because he's closing a deal. That type of stuff.
I remember one day, actually last time I went and played golf, I dropped her off at daycare and went straight to the golf course. And got done at the golf course. I had the doctor's appointment, got done with that stuff, and then went and picked her up. And it's like, do you work, son? You just went to play golf? Off today, Juneteenth.
They'd see me show up in, I typically, of course, during the summer, spring, I'm wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt to work. Unless I have to go to the warehouse physically or something, like if I have to do stuff like that, I'm wearing basketball shorts, t-shirt. I'm a hat person, so like I wear hats a lot. And I don't show. I'm better than showing up in flip-flops. I always have on shoes. I won't wear like my flip-flops. But
I won't do my Nike slides because I feel like that's dirty shit, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not showing up with these on. Like, I'm not gonna go, even though I'm gonna be honest, I don't go to work in these just because there are some places where if we want to get lunch, I know I don't have to be overly dressed to get in, but I feel like they'll be like, damn, this nigga really don't care where he's eating at or something. Like, I don't like doing it. So I don't wear flip-flops to work.
These are my flip-flops that I will wear in public as a shoe. Because these are shoes. These are not like, oh, no, he cares. Like, you don't go, oh.
You put them on the same level of, not the same level in terms of what they are, but like how motherfuckers be wearing Crocs.
No, they're above.
Because you know how people can wear Crocs and like it's a totally acceptable shoe to wear, right? But it feels like they're more like slides. But I feel
like Crocs are a step below the Birkenstocks.
I agree, but that's why I was saying like not the same, but how you can wear Crocs and they're kind of shoes in a weird way. Like they are shoes, but like they're not.
Hey, what are you wearing to the concert Friday?
Good question. All black for sure. I bought it. I have to get a haircut. Like I need a haircut. So I had to check this out too. Even crazier thing from this week. So I'm getting my passport on Tuesday. I had to take my passport picture and stuff. I got to expedite it. Bought a fake flight. I hope the government's not listening. Had to buy a fake flight and everything. I paid for the to get everything expedited. I'm going to have my passport on Tuesday, but my birthday is not next Monday, but the following Monday. Mm-hmm. So I'll be 30 years old, obviously. So I'm getting the fuck out of here is what I'm going to do. But that's why I bought it, and I'm hurrying up and expedite. I don't know where I'm going yet. I'm not going to be here, though. I know that much.
That tells me nothing about what you're wearing to the concert.
Okay. Yeah. Point man. I need to get a haircut. That was really why I bought that up, just because of that. I got to get a haircut, but I'm going to wear all black. Probably my Nike Yeezys, and I bought a new hat. That was kind of the reason I bought the hair. I bought a new hat. That's a really dope hat. Cost me a little bit of money. So you'll see it but you're not going to pregame with me.
We'll talk about it.
Okay, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking a big risk out here.
You're not going to do the tight thing that you did when we were, what direction are you going in?
I'm going loose. I'm going like flare pants. I'm putting on some shit.
They were flare pants. You were tighter though, you know.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Nah, I'm on some Shea Gildress type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some other baggy pants and like just this kind of eccentric, not too eccentric, button up, short sleeve, chest out. You know, it's.
So they won't break. So you won't break your soul.
No,
that's what you're going to be giving them. Like,
I'll tell you this.
Oh,
yeah, no, you won't break. I'll tell you this. If I weren't in the box, I would not. I probably wouldn't wear my outfit.
I'm on some drunken love shit. The Jay-Z fit. That's kind of how I'm gonna be in the all black with the hat, and you know the Yeezys will set the outfit off because it's just gonna be black pants, black shirt, but then the shoes and the hat are gonna be the tone setters. And it's I wish it was cold outside because I had this pink jacket I want to wear, but like, all right.
I was gonna go all black at first, and I took the advice of some women. They were like, "No, you gotta add some colors."
No, fuck that.
And I was like, "Well, I don't want people to think that I'm rainbow people, though."
Because there will be, there's gonna be plenty of that.
Oh, they're gonna be deep.
Think about it. If you're not with a woman, well, you could be with a woman and still be a rainbow person. Right? Because they have guy friends, right? So, like, that makes – I'm going to make it a very apparent who – you know, I'm at the concert because I bought tickets, but, like, you know, I mean, I want to enjoy the show.
You're on date night.
Yes, gift. It's a gift. Yeah, but yeah.
Bro, stop. It's date night. It's okay.
Gift.
But yeah, guys, so we're going to Beyonce first night in Atlanta Friday. We'll have a full recap for you all. It's my first time seeing Beyonce in person. I'm kind of excited. Hopefully I don't get too drunk. And
no, that's what Justice did.
I plan that.
He missed the entire concert because he was so drunk.
I plan to have a very light pregame.
2 to 3.
Huh?
Keep it at that. 2 to 3. Because you're not going to be smoking tobacco or anything, are you?
No.
Like no cigars, no?
No, hell no.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to have like a few, like before I get there. I have a few while I'm there. And then
enjoy the show.
Yeah. Then my plan is to get fucking hammered at Parlor when it's over.
Good call.
Because
I'm enjoying it. So.
Because you think about it, like, right? The Uber prices, like I'm staying at the Marriott Marquis, so I'm like close, but I'm still
downtown.
Uber. Yeah, so I still got an Uber. I'm not walking there. I could.
By the time you Uber back from after Parlor, though, the surge will be gone. I hope it will be.
It should be, exactly. But like after the concert, like I'm thinking, like, what do I want to go after? You know what? Parlor, old reliable, cool vibes. It's the right type of move. You know what I mean?
It is. It's actually kind of that speakeasy is what you want after that.
Yeah,
because you can't get a fine dinner. You can't go to a steak. Like, you know, that's those places close in Atlanta by that time. We can't go to Tao. We don't have a Tao here. You can't go to some really upstanding Chinese cuisine type place. You know? And
the last thing I want to do
bistro.
And I don't want to be at the lit spot with the hookahs and the loud young niggas and the Hellcat SRT. I don't want to be around that either. Like,
no, you just left Beyonce. Why do you want to hear? You just got to hear the goddess speak.
You won't break my soul. Like I still want to have somewhat of that vibe. You know what I mean, and not go to the underground. So.
Oh, it's okay. Angelo's not even here. That motherfucker, he's in Rio right now, man.
What a guy.
He's a dick. I don't worry about him. He's a dick. But
yeah, so parlor, call it a night, go sleep. Decide if I'm gonna hang out in the city before I drive back on fucking Saturday.
You let me know. We can all go get brunch or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not in a huge rush to get back.
Well, you will have a little bit of time for that. Hell, it's only 3-hour drive, right?
Yeah.
So even if you left at 4, you're back home before the sun's down. So like,
right.
Yeah. So
try that in a small town.
Leaving at 4.
No. But here's the scary thing though, and this is what my wife knows. That the longer the day goes, the easier it turns into me staying an extra day. Which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I mean,
you're not gonna get stuck. That's for sure.
No.
You're not stuck, like it's one thing to be stuck somewhere. It's another thing to, just a little bit. I'm not stuck here, but we went and got brunch, and brunch turned into. Is the wife jealous? She's not coming. Is the question.
Lightly, but understanding of why she's not coming.
Right, and she knew about this obviously months in advance too.
Yeah,
so we're just the day is finally here. Now, real quick, even better question, because are you going to go to preseason the following week? Because obviously we have a preseason game the next week.
I'm skipping out preseason.
Okay.
I'm not going to make a special trip for preseason because I'll be up here Labor Day. I'll be up Labor Day, week 1, week 2. That's 3 straight.
I really wish we could all, because I don't think I'm going to be here Labor Day weekend. I want us. That's going to be draft week too. So if
I were single, I would be going to Vegas.
I know, man. I know. Which, God, because now you wouldn't want her.
Dog, just I'm telling you, like a short fuse.
Fucking time.
A short fuse Las Vegas trip. Say, hey, wife, I'm going to Vegas. I'll be back in 3 days.
But even if I want to make it sound like a wedding, to where even if she came, but she wasn't like hanging out with us, but she's there. Obviously, you could fuck her like when you get home, like that type of thing, though, to where it's a good enough time where she's like,
But she's gonna want to hang out with me.
She's from the West Coast. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure.
I feel like she knows one person in Las Vegas.
I don't know if she knows anyone there that she would want to hang out with.
Or somebody that would even be willing to meet her Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, bro, it's only a 5-hour drive from where she's from.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's and then the
Drake concert. I might be able to get her this is what I'm saying.
No, she wouldn't want to go.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't want to go to Drake. Same reason why she's not going to Beyonce. No, same reason why she's not going to Beyonce.
Oh, well, I do know her kind of.
You can talk. Yeah. No. I've talked about her anxiety on the podcast. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I know that is an issue for her.
Yeah. So it's just like
she's not a fan of being in places like that. I understand.
Yeah, random places, large crowds, flashing lights, and it's like, oh shit, that's my life.
Yeah.
I'm a man of the night.
Yeah.
Not like that. Not like that. What are we supposed to talk about first?
Oh, gosh. I guess our biggest story, right?
Can we rip into the Commanders? Can we just come on the Commanders?
You go ahead. You shoot the first shot. Well, we're loaded, right?
I mean, yeah, the fucking Washington Commanders. What a shit show of a franchise. So it came out that Eric Bieniemy's coaching style is a bit too abrasive for some players, and Ron Rivera, product of Seaside High School, where my wife graduated from.
Oh, and a member of the '85 Bears. A lot of toughness. Sounds like.
Apparently, he's a tough old school coach. That's what they said.
That's what I always heard. When he was in Carolina, that was talked about a lot. I mean,
maybe he's been hanging out with Josh Holsey and he's in the libs.
Well, he's in DC, so there's plenty of them in there, right? One's running it, so that's for sure.
But I'm trying to find the quote because it was. Did you see like how Ron Rivera just volunteered the bullshit?
Yeah, it was essentially him coming out and saying, yeah, players came to me and said this, that, and the third about Coach Bieniemy. And then Coach Bieniemy obviously comes out and says, you know, I'm unapologetic about this because this is me. This is we're coaching. And, of course, everybody outside of it, Tyreek Hill, I think McCole Hardman might have been the other one. They come out and they basically say, you know, he's making you better. Like, this is about getting better. And, of course, as fans and semi-pundits, I guess you could say, or, you know, certainly
we're not semi-pundits, we're pundits.
I was going to say, certainly two guys with a podcast, if that's what they want to if they just want to call it that, had the opinion of, well, he's a winner, and you guys are maybe the biggest losing culture of the last 2 decades in the NFL.
Shut the fuck up. What the fuck do you know? You know,
right. What do you know about winning?
But it's one of those. It's this thing, right? Our society has gotten softer. Our society's also gotten smarter.
Fact.
The smarter you get, the softer you get. Like, sorry, like it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But here's what I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear somebody who hasn't accomplished dick tell me who has accomplished 2 Super Bowls as a offensive coach, as an OC, been to 3. I don't want to hear you tell me I'm coaching you too hard, because guess what? You haven't been coached hard enough. You guys are moving.
I know we're going to get to this. I'm sorry. I just clicked in the locker room. I didn't realize Rachel Nichols was getting at it. And I know we're going to get to it. So we'll get to it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love the move. But go ahead.
And Ron Rivera, he has gotten to a Super Bowl, but Ron Rivera is one of the most overrated coaches that's loved by the NFL media in the league. You go check his.
He's the one Hispanic coach too in the league.
Say again?
Hispanic coach in the league.
Yeah, and maybe we're doing some quota keeping around here. I don't know. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but
he's a former player. I mean, like you said, he did good things in Carolina. He's done okay things in Washington.
Yeah, but he has a level of esteem that his head coaching record doesn't deserve.
Yeah, people give him the Tony Dungy treatment.
Yeah. But I'm not saying everything Bieniemy's doing right. I'm sure it's not all PC. They didn't show a lot of him on fucking quarterbacks, which would cause you to believe, was he really coaching, or was he coaching in a way that the cameras didn't like? But at the end of the day, a loser isn't going to tell a winner how to do things, even if the winner's wrong, right? Like,
yeah,
you run a business. I've been in the same career field for 9 years. When somebody who's been in for like 2 years comes and tells me, hey, you know, I got this idea. I think we should do it this way. I may listen to them and explain to them why we're going to do it a different way. Or I'll say, hey, next time you have an idea about how I'm supposed to do my job, forget about it. Because they pay you to do your job, and they pay me to do my job. Mm-hmm. And if I do my job the way you want me to do it, I'll get fired.
There's a reason why I'm the one doing the job, because they trust how I want to do it, or they know that I'm going to do what it is that they're asking me to do.
They're the reason why I write your evaluation and you don't write mine.
They know I can execute.
Yeah.
I know I can execute. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and I'm telling you, dog, like, I ran into like a situation at work the other day where we were in a meeting. Listen to this shit, Parlay Pete. We're in a meeting, right? A guy is going on a rundown of a schedule that we're going to execute in 2 months in October. I cut him off. I say, hey, just email the schedule out. There's no need to go through the schedule for October today. Well, no, these things I got to say are really important. I say, you know, you don't want to go off on a guy in a staff meeting. You want to keep it professional.
Yeah.
I think we should just hold off on this because we're not going to remember this stuff. And you just email it out so we have the product. Little fucker wants to like really argue me down about this shit. And because I'm a professional, I'm not going to say, hey, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, next person. But he goes down this whole schedule. And he tells us absolutely nothing important. And you sit there and you go, the reason why I sit at the head chair in this conference room and you sit at a side chair is because I kind of know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you guys have a meeting, y'all talking about specifics for fucking 2 months from now, do you want to hear that verbally or in a fucking email so you can reference it later?
Yeah.
Niggas ain't remembering that shit.
You know, when you say this, I don't know why this was the first thing that popped in my mind, but you were basically Victor Sweet in this meeting, except you didn't say anything about it. But you could have been Victor Sweet in this meeting and, you know, told them how you wanted out-of-town shooters. And, you know, you hire out-of-town shooters because you're not paying them to stay, you're paying them to fucking leave. You know, but when you get in-town shooters, you get in-town problems, all this other stuff. And this guy's speaking up to talk about nothing. This is the reason why I'm the one that talks and not you, because when you talk, we talk about things that nobody either cares about or it's just irrelevant, or it's just something that could have been, you know, not shared. You've taken away time from us. And time is more valuable than the fucking money, because if somebody's smart enough, you'll be able to make money, you know, for a minute. You can make money, but like your time, shit, you know, I could have dropped dead yesterday, right? Like just because that's just life. But like, or
Right, yeah, no, it's people think because they're at a meeting they have to share information. And what I teach my team is when you're sharing your information at the meeting, when you're going over your stuff on your slides, think about the person who doesn't want to be here. That's who you talk to. Because too often in staff meetings, people want to talk to the people who actually want to be there.
mm-hmm.
And that's like 15% maybe. But for the most part, nobody wants to be here. So make sure the information that you are passing along either gets their attention or satisfies their desire to be doing something else. But fuck Ron Rivera. He must be on the hot seat. I think he's on the hot seat.
He's on the hot seat. You know he is. Because do you think that the Bieniemy hire was his hire, or
no?
Oh my gosh, I guess it wasn't Snyder's, but like, whose hire do you think that was? I mean, you don't bring in an OC like. Do you think Texas A&M hired Bobby Petrino, or do you think that Jimbo hired Bobby Petrino? These are legitimate questions. The one black guy that everybody keeps talking about that should get a job, that's been the OC over a team that's went to 5 straight AFC championship games, had all this success. Do you think that he wanted to bring him in? The one person that the NFL or fans and media, everybody has basically pressuring people like, why is he not getting hired as a head coach? You bring him into this situation of a team that's basically dead man walking anyways, because you got Sam Howell. And look, nothing against Sam Howell. Terrific. He was terrific at UNC when he had talent around. He was really good. Yeah, but like at the same time, do you really want to hire him? Does Texas A&M really want to hire Bobby Petrino, a guy that, although he's he's janky and he's a smeezy character. He fucking wins football games and is very good with what he does offensively. Do you really want to hire these guys unless they're basically guys sitting in the wings and waiting? Dan Quinn doesn't take a job elsewhere because he knows that this is Mike McCarthy's last year. Nobody likes to have that coordinator. The guy that you know is going to be the guy that takes your job.
Yeah.
They're not going to hire outside the organization. They're going to go with this dude.
Bro,
is it a fuck Ron Rivera? I don't think Ron – I'm not mad at Ron for wanting to keep his job, but like in knowing that he's in a fucked up position. This is a fucked up spot for him in reality.
Hey,
they're not going to be good. They're in a hard division too. So like every team made the playoffs in the division with them. Like
he took the job.
But he's been there. This is year 5. It's got to be like year 5 for him.
He's made the playoffs once?
They won the division the one year, the COVID year, which everybody looks at COVID as such an outlier type of fucking
No,
year.
they won the division, bro. Like
look, just like Brady won the Super Bowl that year. And they gave them that was the toughest test that the Bucs faced that whole playoff.
Yeah, they could have won that game if
They
Ron
could have. Taylor Heineke. Shout out to the Falcons back. I saw him throw a dime on Twitter today. But
shout out to the Falcons week 7 starter.
Ooh, I'm thinking week 4 if things.
Week
5. Week 5. If things go the right, if we're 1-3, I bet he starts by week 5.
But
I bet Ritter don't make it out of 1-3.
Ritter sucks.
They want to salvage the season. If he gets to week 7, that means we're 2-4, and we really got to. I mean, unless our division is like it was last year, which it could be, they got to really salvage it. But go ahead.
But I think this speaks to a bigger thing, right? You're talking about Ron Rivera's insecurity, and that's one of the biggest issues I see in football is self-preservation. Coaches won't hire coordinators that threaten them. Now, a GM may hire a coordinator that threatens the head coach. An owner may hire a coordinator that threatens that coach. But a lot of coaches, a lot of these pro coaches won't do what Nick Saban will do. Bring the hottest piece of shit in here. For one, he's not me. Even if he is me, I'm so good.
Nick is such a – that'd be like Bill.
But Nick is so good that it doesn't matter. There's an argument that Kirby Smart is a better coach than Nick Saban, but Kirby would have never threatened Nick for that job. Yes. I'm not saying that Kirby is a better coach than Nick.
The defense could have went on a 5-year run of like the greatest – or a 4-year run. Let's use one whole class of defenders, like from freshman to senior. They could have literally had a dynasty defense, and the defense was just so fucking dominant. He would have got whatever the second greatest job behind Al. They weren't going to get rid of Nick Saban.
Exactly.
Situation like that.
So what we see is people are trying to protect their jobs. And I'm sure Eric Bieniemy, based on this, he's shit in the interview because he's probably a nigga who says what the fuck he feels. And it's like, hey, nah, this is how I do business. Yeah, no. This is what I like. This is showing me that Eric Bieniemy is not going to be a head coach because he's not giving a fuck about making the higher ups happy. And if a coach goes public on you, how bad are those coaches meetings?
Well, it sounds like a shitstorm before the season. If that is in fact the case, that's a shitstorm before the season. They weren't. I mean, look, everybody probably has them finishing last. I mean, the Giants low-key could too. I mean, I think Daboll is a good enough head coach. Maybe they're not a playoff team. Like the Giants won't be a playoff team this year. But like, and I know we'll get to our NFL preview show, by the way, guys, for those checking in. Probably not next week, the following week is when we're going to do the NFL 2023-24 season preview. But point being, they're probably projected to fall in last. He's in a tough position. They're starting a 5th-round quarterback this year. Brissett's the backup. We know what he is. In reality, there's only but so much winning he would do too. That's a camp battle too, by the way. But technically, I know they're saying Howell's the guy, but that's kind of a battle. I think it is. I don't think they've given him the job, but the thought is that he's got the inside track. Like Ritter has the job. Like Ritter's the starter here. And Heineke said it. I haven't heard Jacoby Brissett come out and say, I can't wait to mentor him. Like, I haven't heard that. So that is a unique position for Ron, though, because even though maybe somebody doesn't want to hear that from the higher ups, he's gonna probably get a chance, especially by week 12. If they've got 2 wins, I mean, they're gonna fire Ron in the middle of the year, and then they're gonna see what Bieniemy does, and then that will determine whether or not he goes there. In worst case scenario, it doesn't go too well. He doesn't get the job. He either gets hired as an OC elsewhere, or he can go back to Kansas City because that's what everybody else does anyways. I mean, Matt Nagy's the OC there now, right? Who knows? If Kansas City has another great year, Matt Nagy he'll be in head coaching talks or something. I mean, you know how the NFL is, rinse and repeat.
I think the NFL really has a hard on for Matt Nagy. Because the amount of publicity, and maybe it was to help him get a job again, but the amount of publicity that he got on quarterbacks was kind of sick. But you know what? Washington needs somebody to come up there and shake up the culture. Hopefully, that new ownership group allows EB to coach. And hey, Ron Rivera, he walked back his statement, said he put his foot in his mouth. No, you didn't. Just like Sean Payton when he came out here and shitted on Nate Hackett and then kind of wants to walk it back a little bit. No, you didn't. You said exactly what you meant to say. You knew what you said. Like,
did he really want to?
I got one for you. You and the lady in your life gets to arguing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she flies off the handle and says some shit, which happens. All right, dog, sure. You sleep on it because you're mature. You're going to be like, you know what? This is going nowhere fast. We've reached our climax. So you go to bed. Then you get the remorse in the morning, and she's like, I didn't mean that. That's not who I am. I stepped out of character. No, the fuck you didn't. You mean exactly what the fuck you said. And whatever you said, even if you don't consider it to be true, you wanted to hurt my feelings. You wanted something out of me based on these comments. Do I forgive you? Yeah. But hey, that toothpaste that you just put on the fucking brush, it ain't going back in the tube, bro. I saw it. I heard it. Same shit with these coaches. Fuck about an apology, nigga. You said it.
I agree, but like I said, maybe that causes a shitstorm. Like maybe the season's over before it even begins. If that is like truly the case, because how does it coexist? I mean, you're not gonna, unlike a guy like Pervin Lyer or Nate Hackett, even though he lasts a little bit longer, like you don't typically fire an offense. Coordinators don't really get fired like that in the middle of the season. Head coaches do, of course, but like
Hackett was OC.
Coordinators don't. So like
Hackett was the head coach.
No, I'm saying unlike Urban Meyer, when shit already even from the get-go looks bad. Think about it. Nate Hackett was on the hot seat after Monday Night Football week 1, nigga. Because think about it. No, seriously, I want you to remember that. I remember watching the game. That following Tuesday, it was people talking about, man, they might need to fire him today. Like that was a legit conversation. Urban Meyer, kind of the same thing after like week 4 training camp. I know that came out later, but like Tebow side, there was a lot of stuff that built up well before the season even got underway. And then like it unraveled just the way everybody predicted that it would. So I just think that something like this, if that is in fact true, like that belief of what you think that is, what do you do? Well, I mean, what can you do? Because Ron's the one that's either way is the one that's going to get fired. It doesn't matter how squeaky clean he looks. You know, it doesn't matter. So I don't think that that's something that is. I hope it's not necessarily true, but certainly you can make that deductive reasoning just by looking at that situation.
Get this guy.
Are we doing a PTI role play? You know how they do like the role play where they speak as the person, they put like the face up, and now you're Ron right now. I know who you are, motherfucker.
He does wear glasses similar to this, doesn't he?
He does, and they're shaded as fuck. Yeah.
Bro, I didn't even buy these. Have nothing to do with Ron Rivera. I just forgot to put these on for the show because I was gonna swag out my new shades. Nah, but get Ron Rivera out of here. Send his ass back to Seaside. Go back to the sizzle, man. Just a football camps for the kids, man. Yeah, Fremont Street, all that.
Well,
Obama Way, yeah. Come on, man. Look here, let's get like, yo. Colin Cowherd came out and said if he was Baker's agent, if he can't beat out Kyle Trask, he should retire.
he might be forced to anyways. Because do you see him getting another job?
I wouldn't hire him.
What does the NFL stand for, Lee?
Not for long.
How many opportunities has he certainly had as a starter?
Too many.
I can name 4 teams now.
Yeah.
4 teams. 4 teams in 5 years.
You know what makes me so happy about this? And not that I was rooting against Baker. I remember listening to former scouts and media people, not like the TV media people, but the actual people who worked in the league and then went to media, talk about Baker Mayfield. Yeah. He should go like maybe late second, early third. And then all of a sudden he just starts shooting up draft boards because of like the post-playing process. Oh, they love his moxie. They love this and that.
This guy's a leader.
But he has third-round film. If he has third-round film, who gives a damn? Like,
he has third-round film, and it doesn't matter what he was in high school, but he is a walk-on, too.
That matters.
I think people do forget that. There's a reason why he had no stars and had to walk on. Like, there is a reason behind it. Look, nigga, I didn't have a star, and look, my ass. Look, I can run a couple pickup games in a day. You know, well, more than a couple. I can run a few. I can run a few pickup games in a day. I didn't have stars either.
Yeah, no.
He's a walk-on. I'm just saying he's a walk. I guess that's my point. He's a walk-on.
Yeah, he's a walk-on for a reason. And
it's not that
constant overachiever.
He's not great.
And he was with Kinky Link.
Who is Link working with as a who's he with?
Like his coaching tree?
He's an offensive. He's an advisor or he's an analyst.
Link. I'm talking about Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about. No, Lincoln Riley. Ha! I'm thinking. Go ahead.
What were you talking about?
I'm thinking about Mr. Arizona himself.
Cliff,
yeah, Cliff's
at USC.
But he was with Cliff too, was he not? Baker was with Cliff.
Yeah, they didn't get along. Because he went to A&M first.
Texas Tech.
Yeah, I mean, not A&M, Tech. Yeah, Tech, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, he's a quarterback coach?
Yeah.
I thought he was an analyst. He's a coach.
Yeah, nah. But you know what? He was the OC at USC before he got the bag.
Bet a ton of money on SC to win the Pac-12 this year.
That's not a bad bet. Shout out to Utah.
I'd load it up. I'd load up on him.
But you haven't. I know you haven't finished quarterback, so I know you haven't touched the Manziel dog.
I have finished it. I did finish it. I finished it.
Thanks for telling your co-host and friend. That really hurts.
My bad. I figured you knew. I told you I was gonna watch it. I was watching it like late at night. That's why I made the comment that I made too about Kirk Cousins, in a sense of
he definitely has sex with his boxers on.
that I would be okay if after this season, if the Ritter thing doesn't work, I do think that we could win with Kirk Cousins. I really do. And he can have that late. Because he's getting kind of old. He's not old, but like he's getting there. And if the Minnesota thing doesn't work this year, why would they rerun that back multiple times? Justin Jefferson already said he wasn't in the top 5. He could come here. He lives here. He does live here because his wife is from here. He lives here. They were showing their house in Minnesota. He lives here in the off season. He lives here. I could easily see him. Arthur Blank would love him, I know. So, because he loved the guy similar to him, kind of similar to him before. He's professional. And he can play. Like Kirk can play. And I think with the weapons that we have here, our weapons are, honestly, they're better than Minnesota's, in my opinion. And by next year, they should even be better for him. So that's why I was okay with it. But yeah, I did finish it. But that was why I thought that, because I think that Kirk Cousins, that series or Netflix original, whatever you want to call it, definitely shed greater light on him.
You know, that series did numbers.
He benefited more from that than anyone.
Absolutely. You know what? I think Patrick Mahomes benefited the least from it.
Because we are in.
Yes.
Well, but you got the nigga side of him, remember? I saw, obviously, before the Super Bowl, the dreams and the cutting out the lyrics.
Bro,
it's just like,
you saw how it was
they're just cursing and firing and getting fired. But then he does the Andrew Luck thing, too, when he gets put on his ass. He's like, good tackle. Or if, like, Bobby Wagner didn't knock his head off, like, when he knew that he could have definitely knocked his head off if he really wanted. And then he's just like, I appreciate that. Like, tell the motherfucker, like, thank you. Like,
you can tell niggas fuck with Pat. Like, he's like actually cool. Like, he cool.
Because he's the face of the league right now.
And
he's officially the face of the league now.
I also don't think he's a punk ass quarterback like a lot of other quarterbacks is. Like, I feel like when he's talking shit, people think that this nigga crazy enough to swing.
Well, and then we got to see kind of his dad on IG before this series, and we knew his dad was a former base pitcher in the league. His dad's a nigga, though. He smokes blacks. You know, he hangs out. He's the type of guy that would hang out. If he could, he'd hang out with T. Morant and Shannon Sharp. They could go to a bar together and have a great time. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those type of dudes.
If the Chiefs ever came to Atlanta,
they will. I think we get them, not next season, the following season.
I think that we could run into Pat's dad
at Parlor or something.
He just in there chilling. He ain't even like flexing that he ain't who he is. You know what I'm saying? He just in there chilling, smelling like menthol and reefer,
and a really not even overly expensive bottle of bourbon.
No, like he might just drink. He might just get like some Uncle Nearest.
He might fucking drink bullet. I mean,
now you think we could run into Jackson, or he would be inside of town like Midtown that we don't really go to.
10th and Piedmont, brother. That's his haven. It is. What the fuck? I mean, nigga, the fuck?
No, but like
Swinging Richards.
What?
Bulldog. I tell you what, we might see him get some to-go wings out of Taco Mac on Peachtree, and then he gonna slide on over to Bulldogs.
Hey, why don't we make the loser have to go to of our fantasy league have to go sit and Swinging Richards for 30 minutes?
Well, Swinging Richards is closed, so
you're
that
right.
They shut down. I know Bulldogs is fucking.
30 minutes. If you're last place in the league, you gotta go in there and sit down 30 minutes. I need a selfie.
And you either have to wear a body camera or you got to post a video of taking a selfie with and post it, and you can't delete it. It has to stay up the full 24 hours of a story.
There has to be a Swinging Richard in your picture too.
No, you have to tag Bulldogs.
Yeah.
You have to let everybody know that where you're at when you take the picture. They're going to be able to look at it and be like, that's weird. But then when they click on the Bulldogs, link or what, it can't say Atlanta, Georgia. It just needs to say Bulldogs. Click on Bulldogs, and then they look at the pictures. They're at Bulldogs. They're going to be like, hold on, what the fuck? And then it'll say what it is. It'll be like gay bar Atlanta. Like,
Is our eccentric friend whose name I won't say in the league? I don't think so.
No, and that's another thing that's a conversation we need to have too. We need to get the final
No to Rodney.
In.
My team name is gonna be No to Rodney this year.
I have, you know, it's funny. Me and Justice literally talked about team names today. He said that he's gonna be league champ, which I'm like, all right, fuck you. Because I was just like, and then he asked me what I was gonna be. I was gonna be like 3-time champ. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? So no, my name is gonna be Boot Griner Trade.
Say again.
Boot Griner Trade.
Boot Griner
trade. Victor Boot got traded for Brittany Griner, so I'm the Boot Griner Trade.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm Boot Griner Trade this season.
Yeah, no, I'm taking a stance against that guy's name who I just forgot that quickly. Rodney. I don't even know him. I don't even have a reason to keep him out of the league. I just find it funny when you guys were to him drunk.
I didn't realize you were talking about Rodney. I thought you said eccentric friend. I thought you were talking about somebody else.
No. When I said eccentric friend, I was saying because I feel like we can't send our eccentric friend there and that be like, I don't think that works.
I had even thought, I mean, look, everybody else is doing it. Why not expand? We can do a 14-team league too.
That's ugly.
It's more money. Ooh, is it? I mean, is it?
If we do a 14, then
more money.
Hold on. If we do a 14, that needs to be a separate league where at least a few of us either go to the 6-man or 8-man.
I'm fine with that, but the 14 will still be the money league.
I want both to be a money league. I'm not playing in free leagues anymore. Not the big money league, but I'm not playing in free leagues anymore.
Yeah, I'm saying the 14 is the most money.
Yeah,
if the 14 is at 250 ahead, then we can do it 8 for 100. I mean,
and the 8 can be more about the bragging rights.
The 14 is about that.
After round 4 of 14, golly. Waiver wire is terrible if you go 3-0.
I know, even more skill.
Bro, it's beyond skill, it's luck.
I mean, you need health. I mean, but that's like anything. Any league, you need health, you know? You need health. You need to be in the right place at the right time. You need to be able to make the right trades. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can look at.
Yeah. No, I've done a 14-man, and it was tough. No, 12-man, not 14. I've done 12.
We do 12.
No, I've done 14. I've done 14 before then. I've done one bigger than ours.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to finalize who that is going to be, though.
I'm in full support of Wayne staying in our league.
I think we've got we know who 8-9. We know the guarantees there. Tev wants to get into our league. I'm not sure if you ever met Tev, but Morehouse brother, New York mover. Tev really wants to be in our league. He just thinks that he just knows so much more. And so he really wants to be in. He does it. He does do fantasy leagues every year. And, you know, unlike some of those years when we have had one-off guys like Manny, Tim Smith, like these random people, when we've had people on deploy.
Who is Tim Smith?
I played him in the championship one year. He was somebody that Gambles knew. And it was a white guy that was in the league, and I beat him for the championship. I think the second time I won.
That was scary hours. That was scary hours because we didn't want this guy to come in and win our league because then we'd have to bring him back.
I wouldn't let that. I wouldn't want to let that happen.
We would have had to bring him back the next year. It would only be right. You can't kick a guy out of your league after he won it.
I had won the year before, so like.
Oh, you were 2 times.
Yeah, that's what I won. 3 and 4 years. But yeah, that was like my back-to-back win. I was gonna win the league. I knew once I got him, because I think it was out of him and like it might have been Gambles or it could have been you or Justice. It was out of y'all.
I'm Andy Reid in Philly right now.
Yeah.
He's waiting
are you transitioning to Kansas City at least now this season? But you're a playoff guy. I mean, you make it for the most part. Or if you don't make it, you're always by week 17. You're week 18, I guess. No, week 14 in the NFL. You're
Yeah.
It could be a long shot, or you might need help or something, but you're there. Like, you're always there too.
Yeah, I got eliminated the week before the league was over. Like before the regular season was over last year. Like, I needed this to happen, that to happen. Yeah, yeah.
I consider myself, I don't want to label player, but it was what the Patriots were. I'm in there I'm pretty much a spot. I've had 1 year where I didn't make it. That 1 year I did make it was the Matt Castle Patriots year. Because I was in it until the last week too. And I started bad is what it was. I was started 2-6, and I think I finished like 6.
That was the year Dale won the league when he beat me in the championship.
It was.
Because Amon-Ra St. Brown went crazy the last 2 weeks of the season, and I was fucking injured.
I am the Belichick of the league. What the fuck? I've got the most championships. I make the playoffs every year. I had 1 year I didn't make it. I am there every year. I've never, literally outside of that year I didn't make it, I've never finished worse than third. I finished it I finished in third or greater every year. I
take these sound bites to get the locker room going.
But you know that they're going to disagree, but it's stupid because the facts are the facts. Like these are facts. I wouldn't pat myself on the back if it wasn't warranted. It's warranted.
Look, I didn't say you're wrong for saying it. Like, we're right. You said you were pretty much, you called yourself the Patriots. I didn't say get the fuck out of here, dog. I'll let you say it. I just put it in the group text because somebody's going to get mad about it.
Check this out. Like, even before, like, who won? Let's see. Justice won last year. And did Josh win the year? I thought Josh did. Dale won the year before that.
Dale won the year before because that's when I was in the championship.
Okay, so then Josh won the year before that, and then I won the year before that. That was the last time. I haven't won in 3 years. But I've played in 2 championships since then. And so, point being, this is what I'm saying.
The guy who hasn't won.
Get that monkey off your back, Steve. Take the monkey off. I mean,
this year's my year.
You fucked up last season when you and Justice made that trade.
I fucked up last season.
You had no choice but to make a trade, but like, you got nothing for what you gave up.
I fucked up.
That was the number 1 pick you traded for like 2 backups.
I fucked up last season by not just saying fuck it. I'm gonna lean on Tyreek Hill and just say I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I know this is gonna be a good pick. I could have went CMC and I would have been better off last year because of the way he ended the season. That's how bad Jonathan Taylor was. Speaking of how bad Jonathan Taylor was, not only did Jonathan Taylor fuck fantasy owners last year, he fucked his actual owner last year by not being a great football player. And he fucked Pierce's favorite football player, probably Pete's favorite football player, Matt Ryan, by not being a great football player last year. And now, all of a sudden, he got a new agent and he wants to just make demands on a contract and hold in, hold out, whatever the fuck he's doing. And Jim Irsay, who is the longest tenured owner in the NFL, has a lot of clout in the league, has different interests. I'm not going to I really hate when people bring up like his little drug thing. Yo, all these older rich fucks use drugs. Like that's... Do I give a fuck if Jim Irsay's popping a pill here or there, doing a line or two? Like, no, I could give a fuck less.
They're old and white.
He's a billionaire. Fuck off.
And they're old and white, too.
What did I get all this money for? to live like you peasants?
They're old. Of course they got meds. I mean, come on now.
Function, right?
Yeah.
Jim Irsay said, hey, dog, I can die tomorrow, man. The NFL's going to keep moving, dog. We are not trading you, Jonathan Taylor.
It was kind of harsh, but he didn't lie. I mean.
No, he didn't. And he probably shouldn't have said it publicly. He should have told the agent that and said, that's how I feel about this. But what? And this is me sounding a little bit old, and I'm going to talk shit about Gen Z. Hey, dog, respect the contract until you have leverage. Like, if you don't have leverage to maneuver out of a contract, which for you NFL motherfuckers, there's not much real competition because, see, the owners who are competing with each other revenue share, and they care about making money more than they care about winning games. So nobody's gonna offer the Colts a Godfather offer and then reset the running back market, because that then fucks up his relationships with the rest of the owners.
Right.
The NFL is filled with collusion. It's a lot of collusion because you have 32 owners who want to protect their billions and make more billions and not pay their highly paid laborers more than they want to. And your union sucks. So, Jonathan Taylor, go back to what you said in April. Respect the contract and go play. Go get a bigger one. If you can't go get a bigger one, I don't know what to tell you. I'm done feeling bad for these niggas talking about getting underpaid.
I am too. And here's the thing. They're underpaid because of what the league makes and what they can afford. But the reality of the situation is that Jonathan Taylor, yeah, he's a second round pick, but even Saquon Barkley's making $10 million this year.
Saquon Barkley,
in the grand scheme of things, you're not underpaid. In the grand scheme of things, you're really not.
You didn't have to pay no money back when you were injured and didn't play.
That too. You basically missed 2 whole seasons.
Don't get me wrong. I think these players are underpaid, and I think they should fight to get paid more money. When Edgerrin James got I saw this on McAfee yesterday. It was a quote from Terrell Davis. When Edgerrin James got franchise tag, he got paid $8.75. I'm not looking up how long ago that was, but he's already in the Hall of Fame.
He got $8.75 million back then.
Yes, and the franchise tag now is $10 million.
I tell you what, that was when running backs
had more value.
Yeah. So
it makes sense when what you do is less value, you make less money. Guess what? Back in when our parents were growing up, as a man, you could graduate from high school, go work at the local factory, and by 30, you got a really nice house, nice plot of land.
Yeah.
Nice F-250 if that's what you want. Get your wife an Expedition. Man, today you go work at that factory, dog. They're giving you $2 above minimum wage if they can.
And
they're really gonna do and not.
You need to slave long enough in order to get those benefits.
And not to shit on what you do is they're actually gonna try to get you on with a staffing agency as a temp, so the company themselves isn't responsible for your full benefits. And
I mean,
no, but it's such a high turnover rate. If somebody else is willing to accept the risk and deal with the hiring process and the job placement,
and then getting hurt, and then what if you get hurt?
Yeah,
that too. I mean, that's a big part of this too.
Why would I take the risk if somebody else is willing to, and I can still get what I need done? Whereas if I bring you on as my worker, you may be entitled to more company benefits once you hit a certain mark, and then your ass gonna quit one day. You're gonna send a text, hey, my uncle's best friend died, so I can't come to work.
It is a sweet gig. It's a sweet ass gig if you can get in there and do everything the right way, because you've got to follow the law. I think that knowing the law, one of the things, I'll tell you this much, one of the things when it comes to doing what I do that I've learned better now probably than anything that I could have learned in school was I learned the law. I know the law. Like, I know the law in a lot of different, all the states that we work in, I know their laws. Like, I know California's working laws. And you've got to follow these things to a T, because A, OSHA can come in, of course, but then B, the people that contract you, they are checking this stuff. These people email me all the time asking for stuff like, hey, can I see their I-9 and their E-Verify And go ahead and send me that drug test in the background check as well. There is no cutting corners in this shit. If somebody's paying you money and you get to sit on your ass, I'm not sitting. I am sitting on my ass, but like I'm not really sitting. It ain't like I'm sleeping all day. Like I'm working.
No, you're sitting on your ass. You're sitting on your ass doing work. You're sitting on your ass getting manual labor done for someone else.
Correct. And so that is, that's a big part of this. Like, it's a big part of it. You can't cut corners on this stuff. And so it's the same thing with the NFL, to bring it even back to that. Like, at the end of the day, who was it that got hurt for the Colts too? That it was like a fucking like skiing or jet skis. No, that was the Bills.
Naeem Hines.
Hines played for the Colts, but it happened via the Bills because he's the Bills now.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. I don't know. And then Marlon Mack got hurt. Look at the fucking Colts running back room and what it looked. Their running back room from last year and what it looks like today.
But the problem.
That was the running back room. Marlon Mack, Naeem Hines, and fucking Jonathan. Look at these guys. It's so crazy.
And the problem with what Jonathan Taylor did, he took his hard stand before Kareem Hunt and Zeke got contracts.
He was stupid for not saying anything like during the off season, like in June when they started doing voluntary workouts.
Well, no,
why'd you say now though? But why not? You don't even have any leverage. What leverage did he have?
He does not have leverage until Kareem Hunt and Zeke sign a contract, when there's actually no running backs to go find. But guess what? Zeke and Kareem Hunt aren't trying to go to training camp. And Dalvin Cook. Dog, people acting like, oh, Ezekiel Elliott is out of a job. Zeke is not trying to get hired right now. He's not trying to go through training camp. He's in shape. He's fine. He can still pick up the block scheme. He can still hit the hole slower than he did back in his day. Look, man. If I have a son, hey dog, you're not playing running back. You can't at recreation when they just give the ball to the best player. Hey, now play quarterback, just run the ball, throw it some time.
Or if he's got size to him, wide receiver.
Yeah,
or corners too. Shit,
or if you become a running back, dude, here's what you have to expect playing running back. You're not getting a second contract if you're even good enough to think about making it to the league, which is a long shot. And I'm not going to try to force any of my kids to be professional athletes. If you're good enough, we'll invest the time and money into it. But if not, I'd much rather my son go to Morehouse, my daughter go to Spelman, and call it a day.
I'm going to push the hell on my daughter. She can do sports if that's what she so chooses. But some of the stuff that I'm going to do, like piano.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing stuff. Piano. Yeah. Oh, when it comes to school, nope, we're doing language. We're doing language, and we're going to do it now. Like, you need to learn how to speak another language because I hate that. I don't know how to speak another language fluently.
Bro, my in-laws are here now. They are Spanish their first language. They be in here speaking Spanish, and I be in here like, yeah, I'm gonna just go do something else. You know what I mean? Like my daughter's gonna be fluent in English and Spanish growing up. She's gonna hear both in the house, but she's not gonna be allowed to take Spanish in school. You're gonna take something. You're gonna go to school to learn. You're not.
She will learn it regardless.
Exactly. So you're gonna go learn French. You're gonna go learn Latin so you get the root of words. You're gonna go learn Mandarin. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what the language is. I don't care if you go learn Old English, for God's sake. You're gonna go learn. These people who get paid to teach you, they're gonna get paid to teach you some shit.
Yep.
Anything else from camp you want to talk about before we close that hour one and I go take a whiz and we get into the quarterback tiers in the top 100 in college football?
I think we did pretty much cover camp. Obviously, I know we have Falcons first. The only thing I can think of is
Bijan
with them. that, and then Xavier Howard coming out and saying he didn't know who Desmond Ritter was. And then, of course, Matt Ryan making a celeb appearance at Falcons camp and getting people talking about, bringing them back, even if in a backup role. Maybe he should coach. Matt Schaub got hired as an offensive analyst. Some people want to get the band back together. I don't know. But
look, man, I'm happy to have Matt around the franchise. Matt says he's in shape and he's ready to play. Matt, you haven't put any good film out for the last 2 years. I'm rooting for you.
It was not god awful here, man. He was getting his ass fucking hit he was getting. Think about that Eagles game that we went to week 1, and there's like that photo of him looking like a fucking chalked out body. I mean, it wasn't his. I didn't think it was his fault.
No, it's not his fault. I just don't think there are many teams that Matt Ryan could go to and
make an
impact. Because if they need Matt Ryan
on the field, I think he could definitely bring something to the back room. But
because if you need Matt Ryan to play games, you probably don't have a good offensive line unless your quarterback got hurt, and I don't know. Matt Ryan is slow. He walks on sand when he's on concrete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but hey, thanks for coming around and being it looks good to have an old Falcon like Matt Ryan around, because we don't see the old Falcons being involved with the team like I think they should.
And I would even say some of the more recent Falcons, right? What is Julio doing right now, right? And it's not that who don't have to come back, right? Like,
you know what Julio's doing. He's hanging out in a part of town that we don't go to. Because we can't afford it. Because we can't afford it. See, no, you stop making assumptions. I'm just saying he's out doing rich. He's out hanging out with QCP.
A lot of stuff could be going on there too. But I'll leave that there as well. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. But
hey guys, let's conclude hour 1. Yeah, we went a little bit over. Yeah, these are the breaks. Let me see.
Bring it up.
Somebody played Grand Theft Auto.
These are the breaks.
Bring it down now.